On June the 10th, in the third round of the Asian Cup qualifiers, the Hong Kong football team played against India at the Kai Tak Stadium. The tickets were sold out, with 42,570 people attending, setting a record for attendance at a local football match. The Hong Kong team wore red jerseys at home, and thousands of Hong Kong fans tried to wear the same jerseys to watch the game. Many fans bought the jerseys a week or two before the match, but the Hong Kong team's jerseys were so popular that they had been sold out, so fans had to buy Hong Kong team's cheering shirts, or rather red jerseys instead. Additionally, 2,000 fans unfurled a giant tifo with a fierce red dragon printed on it and the words "Hong Kong team is awesome" written in large letters. The stadium was a sea of red, with an overwhelming atmosphere. The tifo was jointly produced by the fan organizations, Football Channel Crazy Guys, and the Power of Hong Kong with the Football Association, which said it cost less than 100,000 Hong Kong dollars. Some fans around me donated hundreds of dollars, and it is likely that many people contributed to make this Hong Kong team flag a reality. Even citizens who don't usually watch football games brought their children to witness the event and support the Hong Kong team. Before the match, Hong Kong was ranked 29 places lower than India by FIFA, but with the advantage of playing at home and the support of cheering fans, the Hong Kong team performed better. Unfortunately, they couldn't score against their opponents within 90 minutes. In the stoppage time of the second half, Hong Kong's Pereira scored a penalty, sealing a dramatic victory over India. The fans were even more excited, and the cheers were thunderous. After the match, fans sang the theme song "Golden Goal" from the football anime Hungry Heart Wild Striker, continuing the passion that the players had shown for 95 minutes. Although the Secretary for Culture, Sports and Tourism Bureau, Ms. Rosanna Law Sok Pui, posted photos of herself attending the game and congratulating the players on social media. She didn't attract much public attention. The scene created by the team and the fans was clearly more impressive. The official efforts before the match were not as enthusiastic as when they claimed other events. Fans, whether they were familiar with the Hong Kong team or just there to join the excitement, were all drawn by the team and the sport of football. What the government did diligently was, of course, to deploy police to inspect whether the audience stood respectfully during the national anthem before the match. On the same day, the National Security Department announced that the mobile game Reverse Front Bonfire promoted Taiwanese and Hong Kong independence, warning citizens not to download it or spend money on it, as doing so could be considered possessing seditious publications and supporting subversion of the state. Among electronic games, the recent hot item is the Nintendo Switch 2, which citizens are rushing to buy. Among mobile games, Reverse Front Bonfire was not well received, and most people didn't even know it existed. After the National Security Department's announcement, Reverse Front Bonfire climbed to the top for free downloads in the Apple App Store. The developer, ESC Taiwan, posted on its Facebook page, cited a line from Romans of the Three Kingdoms. "Thank you, Chancellor, for giving us Arrow." They later stated that the game had been urgently removed from the Hong Kong App Store and instructed netizens on how to download it by using VPN. They later said, "Words cannot express our gratitude. Reverse Front Bonfire is willing to create a game character for the Hong Kong Police National Security Department without any defamation, only beautification." Not only did they borrow arrows, but in the PR battle, ESC Taiwan almost set fire among the enemy's camp. Football commentator Chong Chi-kwong, during the 2018 World Cup qualifiers when Hong Kong played Qatar at home, spoke from the heart. At that time, the game entered stoppage time, with Hong Kong trailing 2-3. But the fans still cheered with all their might, shouting, "We are Hong Kong." This scene seemed to move Chong, as he said that the fans' unwavering support for the Hong Kong team in the face of adversity showed how football could be so inspiring and unifying. Since 2014, the government has often told citizens that society is divided, and the media was repeatedly reinforced this idea, leading many to believe that different political views would obviously create clear divisions. making society dysfunctional. People of different political views stood on the stands cheering, and no one was singled out for scrutiny. After all, when everyone united and shouted, "We are Hong Kong and Hong Kong is awesome," it was the reality that Chung saw and what viewers watching the replay heard through their screens. This did not require any announcement from the government departments, calling for citizens to gather at a stadium on a certain day, shouting specific slogans and not allowing certain slogans, monitoring whether people stood respectfully or turned their backs to the stadium. It was all driven by the people themselves. Those with right-leaning political views believe that the government should be tolerant and not interfere too much in public affairs. Hong Kong people say, "Don't mess with so many things," or more politely, "Mind your own business." They believe that when things are allowed to operate naturally, the order will emerge. This ideology does not advocate that the government should do nothing, not formulating policies or not enforce the law strictly, but rather to guide things according to their natural course. The Dao De King states, the difficulty in governing the people lies in the actions of their superiors, which makes governing difficult. In the Dao De King, action often refers to arbitrary actions by those in power, contrasting it with inaction, which is praised. Inaction doesn't mean doing nothing, but rather following the natural essence of things, not distorting them or going against nature. Overusing the phrase "don't mess with so many things" can lead to passivity, lack of creativity, and ignoring problems. But given today's social situation, whether there's too much interference of the kind of action Lou Ji refers to, the public can judge for themselves. If you have any idea or like this video, please comment, like, subscribe and share. I'll be grateful if you become a member on Patreon, making us go even further. See you on the next video.